Okay, let's talk about job interviews. That feeling, right? The twisting stomach, maybe sweaty palms.
Oh, yeah. The shaky voice.
Exactly. And sometimes your mind just goes blank, even when you know your stuff. We've all felt that.
It's pretty universal, that baseline anxiety.
But we're not just talking about basic nerves today. We're digging into something else.
Yeah.
It's that feeling when you have prepared, you have practiced, but you still wonder, am I really connecting? Am I, standing out?
Mm-hmm. It's about optimization, isn't it? Moving beyond just being qualified on paper.
Right. You want to go from feeling just good enough to knowing you are memorable, that you really nailed it.
And that kind of confidence, the real deep confidence, it isn't about faking perfection. Absolutely not.
So what is it then?
It's more rooted in, let's say, smart preparation, a genuinely calm presentation, and making a real connection with the interviewer. It's mastering those subtle cues.
Little cues. Okay,
Okay.
like that.
Yeah, controlling your presence, making sure everything you do and say is intentional. It's a skill, really, for any high-stakes situation, not just interviews.
And that's exactly what we're diving into today. This isn't Interview 101. This is for you, our listener, who wants to elevate your interview game.
Understand the nuances.
Precisely. We've pulled together 10 powerful tips, things that can really shift how you perform and how you're perceived. And stick with us, because that last one, it's potentially a real game changer.
Definitely worth waiting for.
Okay, let's jump in. Tip number 1, prepare. Like a pro. Now, everyone knows you should research the company,
That's table stakes, really.
but we're talking about going way beyond just the About Us page, aren't we?
Oh, absolutely. Think deeper. Look at their recent activities, their mission, sure, but also their latest projects, maybe even recent press releases or leadership changes.
Mentioning that kind of specific knowledge, that really shows genuine interest, doesn't it? It sets you apart.
It does, because it shows you're not just looking for any job. You're interested in this company, this role right now.
And why does that boost confidence?
Well, preparation fundamentally eliminates fear. Fear often comes from the unknown, right? So the more you know, the more control you feel you have. You master the subject, the company, the role, how you fit.
It's proactive, knowing your audience.
Exactly. And that forethought, that deep prep, allows you to tailor your answers. You can frame your experience in their context. And even better, tailor your questions for them. It shows strategic thinking.
Okay, so deep prep is foundational. What's next? Tip 2, practice common questions.
Right. Practice makes permanent, as they say, especially for interviews.
So we're talking about rehearsing answers aloud. Things like, tell me about yourself, or why should we hire you?
Yes, and maybe what are your strengths? The classic weaknesses question, too.
But wait, rehearsing aloud, doesn't that risk sounding, I don't know, robotic, memorized?
Ah, that's the key distinction. The goal isn't robotic memorization. It's about achieving natural, clear, and honest responses under pressure.
So it's more like internalizing, not memorizing a script.
Precisely. You practice it so the core message is there, ready to go, but you deliver it conversationally. This repetition actually reduces nervousness because the answers become second nature.
It builds that sort of muscle memory for communicating when you're stressed.
Exactly. Enhances fluidity. You're not scrambling for words.
Got it. Okay, tip 3 feels a bit more superficial, but maybe it's not. Dress smart, feel smart.
First impressions are powerful, and what you wear genuinely influences how you feel.
Now, for students, or maybe people early in their career, this doesn't mean dropping a fortune on a suit, right?
Not at all. It's about showing respect for the opportunity. A clean, well-ironed shirt, maybe neat trousers or a skirt, polished shoes if appropriate, just looking put together. Good grooming. It conveys professionalism.
This is practical, accessible advice.
It is, and there's a real psychological link. When you feel good about how you look, when you feel appropriate for the setting, it automatically gives your confidence a little boost.
Like an internal check, I look the part.
That external presentation reinforces a positive internal self-perception. You project competence.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, building on that, tip 4, body language speaks louder than words.
Oh, definitely. Your nonverbal cues often hit the interviewer before your first word does. They can even outweigh what you say sometimes.
So what are we talking about specifically? Practice positive body language.
Yeah.
Like sitting upright.
Sitting upright, yes. Making good eye contact, not staring, but connecting. A polite smile when appropriate. Offering a firm handshake if that's part of the culture.
And what to avoid. Fidgeting. Looking down.
Absolutely avoid those. Fidgeting screams nerves. Looking at the floor suggests lack of confidence or avoidance. Keep your posture open.
And the interesting thing is, acting calm can actually help you feel calm, right?
It's true. Positive body language makes you appear composed, even if you're churning inside. And that external display can create a feedback loop, eventually leading to genuine internal calm.
It's like your body is talking first, telling your brain everything's okay.
Exactly. It influences the interviewer's perception and your own emotional state. It's a two-way street.
All right, tip 5 is a quick, actionable trick. Control your breathing.
So important. Nervousness often creeps into your voice, makes it shaky. Controlled breathing is the antidote.
What's the technique? Just take a deep breath.
A specific kind, ideally. Before you go in, or even if you hit a tough spot during the interview, try this. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose, maybe for a count of 3 or 4. Hold it gently for a few seconds. Then release it slowly through your mouth.
I repeat that a few times.
Yeah, just 2 or 3 cycles can make a difference. It physically slows your heartbeat, which calms your nerves. And crucially, it helps steady your voice, prevents that wobble.
Simple, but sounds effective for immediate impact.
It is. Physiologically, deep, slow breathing engages the parasympathetic nervous system. That's your body's natural relaxation response. It counteracts the fight or flight stress reaction.
Okay, good tool to have in the pocket. Now, tip 6, be a good listener.
This is key. Confidence isn't just about talking, it's about listening actively.
What does active listening look like in an interview?
It means paying close attention, really focusing on what the interviewer is saying. Don't interrupt them. Maybe nod slightly when you understand a point, and then respond thoughtfully to what they actually said.
Not just launching into your pre-planned answer.
Exactly. It ensures your answers are relevant, prevents you from repeating things unnecessarily, and it fosters more of a genuine conversation. Interviewers really appreciate that. It feels less like a performance.
So it's more conversational, less like you're just delivering lines.
Precisely. And it demonstrates respect, engagement, and that you can process information on the fly, all crucial skills in any workplace.
Right. Okay, tip 7 is interesting. Turn nervous energy into enthusiasm.
Yeah, this is about reframing that jittery feeling, that adrenaline. You can reinterpret it.
How does that work?
Instead of thinking, oh no, I'm so nervous, try telling yourself, wow, I'm really excited about this opportunity, or I'm energized to share my skills.
So consciously relabeling the feeling.
Remind yourself it's a chance to showcase what you can do, not an exam you're going to fail. Physiologically, anxiety and excitement are surprisingly similar: increased heart rate, maybe faster breathing. By reframing it as excitement, you channel that energy positively.
How do you show that enthusiasm?
Smile genuinely when talking about your strengths or things that interest you about the role. Maybe lean forward slightly when discussing something you're passionate about. Let that spark show.
That makes sense. It shifts the mindset from fear to positive energy.
And that genuine enthusiasm is contagious. It makes you much more memorable to the interviewer. They perceive that energy as passion and drive.
Creates a much stronger impression.
Got it.
Okay, tip number 8. Prepare questions for them too.
Yes. Do you have any questions for us moment. So often underestimated.
It's a huge opportunity, isn't it? Definitely don't just say, nope, I'm good.
Please don't. Prepare thoughtful questions. This shows you're engaged, curious, and thinking critically about the role and the company.
What kind of questions work well?
Think beyond things you could easily find online. Ask about the role itself, like, what qualities do the most successful people in this role tend to possess? Or about growth. What does career development typically look like for someone starting in this position?
Or maybe about the team or company culture.
Exactly. How does this team collaborate? Or what's a current challenge the team is focused on? Questions like these show you're looking for the right fit, not just any job. It shows confidence.
It really demonstrates curiosity and that you're evaluating them too.
Precisely. It signals strategic thinking and that you're invested in your potential future there. It changes the dynamic.
Such an often missed chance to impress. Okay, tip 9 is a bit counterintuitive. Embrace small pauses.
Yes. Silence can feel awkward in an interview, but used strategically, it's powerful.
So if you get a tough question, it's okay to just pause.
Absolutely. Take 2 or 3 seconds. Let the question sink in. You can even say something like, that's a great question. Let me think about that for a moment.
Instead of rushing an answer.
All right. That short pause doesn't signal nervousness or that you're stumped. It signals calmness, thoughtfulness. It shows you're considering the question properly.
That's surprising, but I can see how it works.
Silence, used intentionally, is a tool of confidence. It projects control and deliberation. And honestly, it usually allows you to give a much better, more precise answer than if you just blurted something out.
Allows for more impactful answers. Okay, I like that. And finally, tip 10, you called this the game changer. Reframe failure.
This one is fundamental. We need to shift how we view the interview outcome. Not every interview leads to a job offer, and that has to be okay.
So viewing every interview as a learning experience.
Exactly. Change the internal goal from I must get this specific job to something like I'm here to learn, to practice my communication, to showcase my best self, and to improve for next time.
How is that a confidence booster?
Because it removes the immense pressure and the fear of the outcome. If you're not terrified of failing, of not getting the offer, you can approach the whole thing with much less anxiety. Your focus shifts from desperation to demonstration and learning.
That's why it's the real game changer. It fundamentally shifts your entire approach, takes the fear out.
It really does. It builds long-term resilience. It fosters a growth mindset, which is essential for continuous development, both personally and professionally. You start seeing interviews not as terrifying judgments, but as opportunities.
Wow, that's powerful. Okay, so let's quickly recap those 10 tips. We started with deep strategic preparation,
Then practicing common questions for natural delivery.
dressing smart to feel smart, leveraging that psychological boost,
Mastering body language posture, eye contact, avoiding fidgeting.
using controlled breathing to calm nerves and steady your voice,
Being an active, engaged listener, not just waiting to talk.
reframing nervous energy as positive enthusiasm,
Preparing insightful questions for them to show strategic thinking.
embracing short, strategic pauses before answering tough questions.
And finally, the big one, adopting that growth mindset, reframing the entire interview process as learning.
So it's really about preparation, practice, presentation, and perspective, isn't it?
That sums it up well. Knowledge, appearance, calm breathing, positive energy, a learning attitude. It sends a clear message of readiness and self-belief.
And remember, confidence isn't about being the loudest person in the room.
Not at all. It's often about being the calmest, the clearest, the most authentic and prepared version of yourself, being present and engaged.
Absolutely. So here's our challenge to you, the listener. Thinking about these 10 strategies, these nuances we've explored, which one really resonates? Which one will you consciously practice first for your next big opportunity?
Pick one. Focus on it.
Yeah, but really think about it. Choose one and commit to putting it into action. You absolutely have the ability to improve this. You've got this.
And just remember, every single interview, successful or not, is a valuable data point. It's feedback. Embrace the process. Learn from every single interaction. That's how your real confidence grows step by step, ready for whatever comes next.